I'm Tyler and I'm here today talking to Danuta Hulajko, a naturopath from the DH Natural Medicine Clinic in Menai in Sydney. Can you just tell us a little bit about your clinic?
Well, our clinic has been established by myself. I'm the owner 20 years ago, and we specializing in anti-aging, stress, detoxification and weight loss program. What it makes distinct us from other naturopathic clinics, that we not only incorporate the traditional medicine, herbal medicine and homeopathy, but we link this with the latest scientific research and scientific equipment which we've got in our clinic. So we take the best from the past and from now and incorporate the future.
Wonderful. So the topic of our interview today is stress in our everyday lives. Obviously stress has been a part of human life since we've always known. Are we more stressed now than our grandparents and our parents were?
Yes, the short answer is yes, because when I still remember my grandparents when I was a little girl, and they were relaxed. I can't remember them ever being stressed. Or my parents, there's occasional stress, and we didn't have, my parents didn't have a phone, nobody was late for dinner, nobody was late for school, and gossip was going on, socializing was going on, everyone was happy and much more relaxed. So I believe with the more technology we've got, we are more stressed, and there are various reasons why we are stressed. The short answer, yes, we are much more stressed.
So what do you think causes stress in our lives?
There are a lot of factors. There could be environmental factors like hidden toxins, xenoestrogens, which is fluoride in our water, chloride, pesticides, antibiotics, medications, electromagnetic field. For instance, sitting in front of computer, this is why I have personal policy. I work half day on Saturday, and then I have no electronic equipment, no mobile phone, no computer for the rest of Saturday and Sunday. So that's my electronic free time. Also, people are stressed because of this electricity smartphone, which releases electromagnetic field. So people do not detoxify properly. One of the common causes actually in society is this win-win. Everyone has to be a winner. So therefore we are burning midnight oil. So people just wake at night, drink one coffee after another. What you have to remember is that actually body detoxifies, various body organs are detoxifying from 10 p.m. to 6 p.m. Liver, intestines and brain. And if we don't detoxify, then we've got toxic brain and other toxins, and then when the issue begins.
Interesting. So do you think we're partly responsible for the stress in our lives?
Yeah, there are certain things over which we can have control the way we respond to stress. So perhaps I'll elaborate on this later, but we have this, as I said, we can go early to bed. We can choose not to have a mobile phone as alarm clock. This is absolutely, we are basically frying our brain. We shouldn't watch TV our bedroom. We should have dark curtains, sleep in the dark and a quiet spot. We shouldn't drink stimulating drinks before we go to bed, coffee or any sweets, because actually this increases cortisol. We can listen to meditation tapes, and basically don't watch anything stressful and horror films on TV.
So what are the early signs of someone that is stressed?
So what we can recognize, what is important for people to recognize early stages of stress. People usually come when they really go to a doctor or see naturopaths when they really their body cannot cope with the mechanism. Body is amazing, has ability to cope. We are sitting now and our body is performing millions of function, and brain is just so busy, and we're digesting probably our breakfast, and blood is flowing, and we can't feel that, and body is just coping with this. But early signs of stress is elevated blood pressure, increased sweating, shortness of breath, insomnia. So we've got this early signs as a warning. Body is just telling us, like a feeling, chest, like if you had have a rock sitting on your chest, and shallow breathing, inability to speak. So we know that it's something wrong, so we should do something about it.
So what are the consequences of long-term stress?
Consequences of long stress is actually horrifying. We might not realize that because it's just crippling on us gradually. So let me run you through the process. So first of all, we've got acute stress. So as I said, humankind has been exposed to stress through early days. Cortisol, which is a stress hormone, wakes us in the morning. Melatonin goes down, cortisol goes up. So it's okay because we know when we have exams, when we've got interview or something important, we want to perform to our best, so cortisol is good. However, when that stress doesn't go, when actually stress is not responsible or a trigger, can be thyroid function is suppressed, then people have basically put on weight. People have can develop cancer, cardiovascular condition, anxiety, mental illnesses, actually bone density is decreased, so then it's osteoporosis. It's just like this snowball effect.
So as a naturopath, what do you think you can do to help people with stress?
Well, a lot of can be done fortunately, and the sooner the better. So there's a really smorgasbord of remedies, herbs, homeopathy, bushflower essences. So let me tell you about herbs. So you go to the doctor, doctor say you've got anxiety or depression and give you one drug or another, not much choice. With herbal medicine, we've got adaptogens herbs, for instance. So adaptogen, what I mean? Then adaptogen herbs can help you cope with stress while you are dealing with that stress and you are on control of it. There are herbs sedative, which sedate you so basically you can go to sleep, because a lot of people have problem, with actually going to sleep because cortisol is too elevated at night and melatonin is too low. The basically analgesic when people basically wake up in the middle of the night. So there are various nutritional supplements which I can recommend and give patient dietary guidelines. For instance, a lot of people wake up after sleepless nights and are fatigued, and obviously what they reach for? Coffee. They reach for coffee. So coffee actually draws adrenaline and actually puts person in that loop, adrenal fatigue. So the last thing I recommend patients actually drink coffee, because the results will be basically devastating. Also, stress is obviously linked to emotions, so therefore Australian bushflower essences or flower essences, like for instance emergency essence, can keep us to be in control. Obviously I recommend patient dietary changes, lifestyle changes. I discuss with them, what do you do, how is your energy in the morning, do you drink coffee, do you eat sugar, do you exercise, what kind of exercise do you do. So people can do a lot. So because people are so wired up and can't see way out, so this is why I've developed this 16 weeks stress-less program. So, which actually I discuss with patients where they're at. I do some naturopathic tests. I've got a lot of equipment, as I've mentioned in the beginning, the latest technology like lab blood microscopy, which you can find out on my website, www.dh-naturalmedicine.com.au, and also Metatron, which scans body in 3 dimensions, including brain, and I can see what's happening in pathology, and I actually tailor for the patient program to basically rewire the brain, because consequences of long-term stress is actually brain is changing this physiology. Brain is actually biochemically is changing. And there's a part in the brain, hypothalamus, which under stress it actually shrinks. And this is scary because hypothalamus is responsible for memory and basically in feeling and recollection of memory. So you can imagine what long-term stress can cause on children, because scientific research of Berkeley University, California, indicates that if young people, children, are exposed to chronic stress, it affects their life and they develop mental illnesses and anxiety. And when you think so many children are kept in detention centers, there are so many hungry and homeless children around the world, what kind of society are we going to have if we are not going to address it? So stressless program is obviously can be for children, it's for adults, and help patients to bring it back. What patients do after they finish program, they take this folder back and they always look back, and this folder gives them guidelines, basically to teach the brain to rewire and pathway. Because what's happening once the brain is rewired, it's like this cable running, from this camera to this microphone. As soon as people are exposed to certain stress, it's automatically they go into fight. Okay, I'm going to fight it, I'm going to cope with it, or flight, just running away. And this is the only pathway. And eventually, because people are on this exhaustion phase, anything can trigger. People are scared. I've got patients who cannot go into the car because they're scared, they've got phobias. People cannot be on public transport because they've got anxiety, cannot get in the bus. They're afraid of crowds, they cannot be on a train because of anxiety, something which for us be normal. Picking up on a phone, public speaking, all these are symptoms of anxiety. So what people can do themselves, people can do yoga, can do relaxation, etc.
So just elaborate on that a little bit more. What can we do to ourselves to reduce our stress levels?
So obviously a lot of can be done. People can engage in physical activity, but not really overactive, nothing which will involve adrenaline rush, like for instance, jumping from a parachute or bungee jumping. I would recommend some gentle exercise like going for a walk, swim, walking in water, going to sauna, going to spa, dancing, yoga, meditation, visualization, this cutting off these negative thoughts, basically teaching the brain to rewire itself, because brain, there's new science, neuroplasticity, brain is constantly changing. The way we think, our environment is affecting us, brain is constantly rewiring. Therefore, we can teach our brain to rewire those patterns which leads us to anxiety, depression, negative thinking, and basically, so this is really the future, of natural medicine, and the way we can deal with today's life, because we won't have more stress. We've got more technology jumping at us, every day. So this is not going to change. So the only thing we can change the way we think, and then the way we deal with stress on a daily basis, the way we actually approach the stress.
Cool. Thanks very much for being here today. Just again, that website is www.dh-naturalmedicine.com.au. If you're interested, let us know. We're definitely here to help you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you.